Fans arrived in their hundreds to greet their victorious team at OR Tambo International. The SuperSport United supporters sang and danced as the Confederation Cup finalists made their way through the arrivals hall. Striker Bradley Grobler says the team is thrilled to be in the final, but know they still have work to do if they're to be crowned champions.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. I think, we're very happy, but we're not satisfied. We've got two big games to play. We've come this far, we want to go all the way. So, like I said, we're happy, but we're not satisfied.
Grobler, who netted twice in the win in Tunisia, says that their two clashes against TP Mazembe in the group stages will help their preparations ahead of what he expects will be an extremely tough two-legged final.
Yeah, I think it helps us mentally, but I don't think it's gonna change the game. Look, they're a good team. I think we did quite well going away there. I think we're going away first, which is going to help us also in coming back with a result. So, yeah, I think we're in a good position and looking forward to it.
The SuperSport United head coach feels that his experience with Orlando Pirates in the 2015 Confederation Cup final will help prepare the Atteridgeville team for their biggest challenge in their 32-year history, and knows that focus is required to complete the task at hand.
Yes, it's fantastic, our achievement to get to the final, but as the players have mentioned themselves, we haven't won anything yet, as yet. And obviously I've experienced and I've tasted what it's like to get all the way there and lose it, and you don't want that. We want to go all the way, and how do you do that? By remaining focused.
Matasansa have been the form team in the competition, scoring 33 goals, conceding just 17 in 16 games, and will be the favourites going into the final. However, the message is clear from the coach Eric Tinkler and the players: the job is far from over, and the hard work has only just begun. CS du Plessis, CGTN, Johannesburg.
And for more on African football, we can cross over to Celestine Caronet, who's in Cairo. Celeste, SuperSport United treading new ground, TP Mazembe on familiar territory. So who has an advantage?
Well, Beatrice, advantage really here will depend on which team you support, really, because when you look at it on paper, it is TP Mazembe who carry the advantage, and SuperSport are the team coming in as the underdogs. Now, it has to be noted first that these two teams have met before in this particular competition in the group stages, and across two legs, they did draw 0-0 and 2-2. So, in 2017, they're really even. But when you look at the history, you look at TP Mazembe, a side that has 5 Champions League medals to its name, and it did win the last year's CAF Confederation Cup, and they're hoping to defend their title. So, of course, they are the team with experience when it comes to African Champions League, African continental football in Africa. Then again, you look at a SuperSport United side that Eric Tinkler knows what it means to play in a CAF Confederation Cup final, and they have a very good away record in this competition. That 3-1 win in Tunisia really will give them a lot of confidence, because African teams don't usually win away on the road very well. And then again, you're looking at the fact that they're starting to play away. So they're going to capitalize on playing in Lubumbashi. And then when they host the competition, of course, they're going to hope that they can complete the job back home in South Africa. So advantage will depend on which side you're sitting on the fence, Beatrice. But of course, history says that TP Mazembe is the team to watch out for in this final.
So, Celeste, does SuperSport, though, being in the final, prove that South African clubs are finally making their presence felt in Africa?
Because there's always been this argument that the South African Premier League is well funded, has good facilities, should be getting more titles than it really has in the past. And yes, so in the last, we look at the last couple of years from 2013, South African clubs have been making their presence felt. You're looking at Orlando Pirates was the first club to win the Champions League. Then they almost came close to winning a second title in 2013, but they lost to Al Ahly. In 2015, Orlando Pirates again played a CAF Confederation Cup final, but they did lose to Etoile du Sahel. In 2016, Mamelodi Sundowns won their first CAF Champions League, and now SuperSport United are playing in the CAF Confederation Cup final. So really, yes, Beatrice, you could say that South African clubs are finally saying, look, we are a well-funded, well-organized league, and we should be producing African champions when it comes to continental football, and this is what they are trying to prove in the last 6 years or so.